David Frederick Fretzen and his twin brother Lawrence were born in November of 1934 to Herman and Adelaide Fretzen. It wasn't a privileged household. In fact, Dave grew up in a housing project in Chicago, where a simple pony ride would be the highlight of his month. But rather than allowing his circumstances to dampen his ambitions, it only made him that much more determined to succeed. Dave, Lawrence, and their two sisters, Leanne and Leslie, were always expected to give their best effort. Dave was in the top 10% of his high school class, where he became a senior class officer. It was then that he decided that he wanted to be a doctor and went on to attend the University of Illinois at Navy Pier. In 1956, Dave enrolled at the University of Iowa Medical School. It was a hectic schedule as he always needed to work part-time jobs to pay for classes. Following a rotating internship at Michael Reese Medical Center, Dr. Fretzen entered the U.S. Air Force in 1961 as a flight surgeon in Japan. He was so popular with the pilots that sometimes they even let him fly the F-100 jets, allowing him to break the sound barrier and making him a proud member of the Mockbusters Club. Dr. Fretzen moved to Hines VA Hospital, and the following year he began a dermatology residency at UIC. Listening to presentations at the Chicago Dermatological Society, Dr. Fretzen was inspired to start investigating and reporting on unusual and rare cases. This culminated in a major report with Dr. Lawrence Solomon on the epidermal nevus syndrome. Meanwhile, Dave married his wife Wendy in 1965. They had 3 children, Scott, Michael, and Sarah. Sarah grew up to be an environmentalist, while both Scott and Michael became dermatologists. In 1967, Dr. Fretzen was awarded the Osborne Fellowship at the Armed Forces Institute of Pathology, leading to a major publication on atypical fibroxanthoma. When he returned to Chicago, Dr. Fretzen worked part-time in private practice and part-time at Michael Reese. With the acceptance of the Board of Dermatopathology, Dr. Fretzen and Dr. Alan Lawrence founded the first Dermatopathology Fellowship in the Midwest. And when Michael Reese realigned its academic affiliation with the University of Illinois, Dr. Fretzen was given clinical professorships in both dermatology and pathology. From the time he was young, Dave always enjoyed sports, from high school basketball to tennis to ping pong to softball with his colleagues. But later in life, Doc Fretzen took up other hobbies. He loves taking photographs, whether it's a picture of an Israeli soldier, a magical spray of water, or the perfect piece of birthday cake. But nothing beats time spent with his grandchildren, though that can be a lot more exhausting than photography. Dr. Fretzen is a member of more than a dozen dermatological associations. He is a past president of both the Society of Dermatological Genetics and the Chicago Dermatological Society, and he received the Founders Award from the CDS in 1993. He has published 78 articles and 4 book chapters and is a reviewer for 5 scientific journals. His dermatological exhibits have earned bronze, silver, and gold awards, and with over 40 years of sharing his medical knowledge, he has earned the respect of both his students and his peers. Welcome to this year's David F. Fretzen Lecture.